Hello! It's time for a... Wait a minute. No, it's not. It's not time for another cell phone review. It's time to cook rice. Today, I'm going to teach you guys how to cook some awesome, sticky, Asian-inspired, Japanese-style rice. First thing we're going to need is a 2-quart pot with the lid. If you don't have the lid, this is not going to work. Next, we're going to need our rice. I am using what is called jasmine rice. It is a very, very nice, small grain rice that tends to be really sticky when done correctly. We'll also need a big spoon to stir the rice with, and a measuring cup. Pour yourself out 1 cup of rice. Once you have your 1 cup of rice, dump it straight into our pot. Ta-da! Next, you're going to need 2 cups of water, or just slightly over that. Going under on the amount of water will cause your rice to burn. Going too far over won't let it cook all the way through. Take that and dump it directly in your pot. Turn the rice on medium heat, stirring it occasionally. Wait for it to come to a boil. Once it starts to boil, make sure to keep stirring it, otherwise it might burn to the bottom. Once most of the water is gone and we start to see little bubbles, that's when the next step begins. But until that happens, you can do whatever you want. I am going to read. It's now beginning to boil, so we gotta make sure to keep stirring it lest it burn to the bottom. Okay, now that we're starting to get a good boil here, we need to make sure to keep stirring. If we don't keep stirring, we won't have rice. If we don't have rice, what's dinner going to be then? What is it going to be? I'm starving! It's really boiling, so we need to make sure we keep stirring. We notice as I'm stirring, almost all of the water is gone. Once these bubbles start to hit the surface and break and don't reseal themselves, that's how we know that it's time to shut off the heat and put on the lid. Right now all these bubbles are hitting the surface, but they're reclosing. You can see them try to reclose themselves. That means there's too much water left. It's not time to close the lid yet, but it is time to keep stirring. When we stir, we notice that almost all of the water is gone. Now it's time to put on the lid. Once the lid is on, we shut off the heat. That's it. You're done. All you have to do is wait 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes, and you'll have the fluffiest, most delicious rice ever. Our timer has just rang. The rice is done. You can see as I open the lid all the steam that comes off. And how sticky this is. It wants to stay on the spoon. This is good rice. But there are some things you can do to add to it. Personally, I love the way Chipotle does their rice. They take a very similar rice to this, and they add in a little bit of lime and fresh cilantro and a tiny bit of salt. Great. If you are one of those people who likes butter in your rice, now's the time to add the butter, but not before. If you're planning to make this the bed of a stir fry, this rice is perfect as is. But if you're planning to make this into fried rice, stick this in your fridge overnight. It'll make the rice a bit hard again while still being fully cooked. It'll hold up better when you stir fry it, and it'll come out just tasting delicious. Well, that's all for me. Check out the stir fry video that's coming up later. And remember, don't forget to be awesome.